Well, if it isn't Bob Elliott, I'd give him for dead. I haven't seen you all summer. Where have you been?
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, it's a long, long story.
It's gonna take me at least an hour to clean this mess up. What's going on?
Well, it all started one day last May. There I was, sitting around Congress Square, trying to figure out how I could, I don't know, put some pizzazz into my life.
And then, all of a sudden, it came to me, Bob. What I needed was to forget about work for a while and go on an adventure. And that's just what I did. I moved out of my house, put everything in storage, and headed out for a cross-country, coast-to-coast tour of America.
Bob, did you take a lot of pictures this summer?
Well, yeah, I didn't really want to see the country through a viewfinder. That'd be too much like work. But I did get some nice postcards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
I started my cross-country camping trip at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Moved on to Niagara Falls on the Canadian border. Spent some time up on Lake Michigan. Did some fly fishing in the Rockies. Won big on the slot machines at Reno, but then blew it all at Lake Tahoe. Finally ended up out on the Northern California coast, at which point I turned around and hit Old Faithful at Yellowstone, the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and then I finished up with the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas, at which point I was out of money, out of clothes, and homesick, so I headed back to Maine. And I don't know, I think I got back to Portland around 4th of July.
Then what'd you do?
Well, I spent the next 3 weeks perfecting the fine art of rest and relaxation. I'd start out in the morning, Bob, at Riverside, fine-tuning my golf swing. Then I'd head out to one of Portland's beaches for some afternoon rays, and finally complete the day by tuning into the mellifluous and soothing tones of the Boston Red Sox.
Seattle takes a 3-1 lead as we take a 10-second break.
Somebody told me you spent some time up in Alaska, Bob.
Yeah, that's the last part of my vacation. That's where I grew this beard, Alaska. What a place. I'll tell you, Bob, Alaska was simply overpowering, a breathtaking combination of mountains, forests, rivers, streams, and wildlife. I went to Alaska with Jim Meehan, who used to live in Juneau, and News Center photographer Steve Phillips. The main part of our adventure was spent up on the Taku River, about 100 miles northeast of nowhere. We saw million-year-old glaciers, unexplored wilderness, and fish that practically jumped into our boat. Cutthroat trout, anyone? Alaska was far and away the highlight of my summer, except for the part when Steve and I got thrown out of the Red Dog Saloon, but that's another story. To sum it all up, they say that once you've been to Alaska, you'll never again be quite the same. They're right. And that, my friend, is how I spent my summer vacation.
Well, it's good to have you back, Bob. What other kind of stories are you going to be doing this year?
I don't know, but I'll think of something. Thanks for the trim, my friend. I'll see you around.